Hey everyone, this is Emily in my backyard, and this is not part of any other thing. This is like one of those join us for a special event. This special event is a visit to the meat market. I am a vegan. That has not changed. Let's be clear. However, this is pretty extraordinary, and this is for family members. This is for E.D.E Bell fans. This is for anyone that comes across this because this is pretty unique, I think. So. My spouse's stepmother passed away, and they had a remembrance in Wichita, Kansas. And apparently one of Chris's father's cousins, who was descended from Carl Bell Sr., there's three Carls, but one doesn't go by Carl Bell Sr.'s brother, George, who apparently is what George's name was inspired by. I learned something. I didn't actually know that if I knew, I'd forgotten about Uncle George. So Uncle George, good name, love it. So anyway, I have a nibbling George, and my grandfather is George, and my father's middle name is George. And I was actually going to name a child George, but I married a George, and I thought it's a lot of George. So anyway, this George, who presumably has long since passed on, not really watching YouTube, which is probably a good thing for George Bell. But not this one, the other one. Anyway, so the cousin comes and has just like, will Chris be upset if I say the word he used? Because he just said like a bunch of Carl Bell shit. I'm just gonna tell you that's what he said, and it's meant respectfully. He's a Bell, he loud, and he says it's a bunch of shit. So it's Kansas, so it's fine. I'm simply like I used to work with this guy who would just swear in like really formal work briefings because he would just quote soldiers, and he'd be like, no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what the soldier said, and they'd be like, burp. So I'm doing that. I'm like, Chris Bell called this a bunch of Carl Bell shit. I view it as history, meat history. I don't know. You should really look into becoming vegan. Ask me if you have questions. So anyway, I'm going to go through an order of kind of the intensity and coolness here. So the first thing is 3 sets, and these are like kind of untouched. It was just like, here, who wants this stuff? So I'm pretty thrilled that Chris did the right thing and got me some stuff. Now, these are just matches. So some of our, younger viewers may not know that giving out matches was quite a thing for a while. Wedding favors almost everywhere because everybody smoked, and it was nice to have some matches. These ones say Bell's Wholesale Meat Company. They have the address in Wichita. They have a 5-digit phone number, not a 7, a 5-digit phone number. Dial 54627. They're not in business, and you can't do 5 digits, but you could have then, if you had a time machine. And there's this content note for kind of a graphic background. Woof. And there's quality cuts for every purpose. Okay, but those are matches. Now this is actually really cool, but I want to start with this because of a progression of marketing that we're going to go through. Chris said it's a pen. It's not a pen. It's a pencil, a mechanical pencil, and I love mechanical pencils. So I kind of think, and I got an eye at the instructions, and they seemed a little. I'll let you judge. I'm going to open it because I don't know. It's not like this is going to get sold in 1,000 years or something. I will respect the pencil, made in St. Paul, Brown and Bigelow. I'm going to open it. I think it's time. So you can see this is a one-shot video because I'm actually opening the plastic bag. Okay. So there's instructions about how to use this. So the pencil itself says Carl Bell's Meat Company. Again, quality meats for every purpose. Now that's one slogan, and we'll get past this in a moment. A little bit of that ancient plastic bag just blew away. I'll find it in a minute. So here's the instructions for the pencil. To load pencil. So I said that kind of weird. To load pencil. Okay, I have to say this very seriously. This is in case you don't know about pencils. To load pencil, turn tip to the right as far as it will go, which ejects any lead stub. Next, Turn tip to the left 1 turn and insert lead. Push lead firmly to seat properly. Retract lead to desired position by turning tip to the left. Extra leads are contained in the lead chamber. This chamber is accessible by removing the cap and eraser as shown in the accompanying illustration. So here we have this beauty, and I'm going to have to, follow the instructions and see what happens, if you know what I mean. Okay, so remember, quality meets for every purpose. Okay, but that was not the end of the slogans. We'll get to that. First of all, you may or may not know, I was born in 1976, and something that happened in 1976 was a whole lot of marketing around the bicentennial of America, of the United States of America. So lots of things associated with the time of my birth were like this. And so in a sense of my own history, and not referring to modern jingoism in any affectionate way right now, but this is pretty great. Now, there's a lot going on here. First of all, this is pretty fancy. It's sparkly. It says Carl Bell, Wichita, Kansas, American Bicentennial, 1776 to 1976. Those are, you can subtract. That's the correct amount of years, which is good. It's a keychain. It's folded over. It's a real nice kind of textured plastic, or if that's the right term for it. It has a beautiful sheen. It's, I don't know if was this for Carl himself, or was this from the market? That's not clear. Maybe everybody, if you go to the party, you got your own. I don't know. Probably. Either way, there's thoughts about that. I have thoughts about that either way, but that's okay. And yes, Carl Bell. It is a bell. Now, I admit, I have put bell things on things because it's a word, and it's a nice word. It's ringing, it's joy, it's dun, 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 dun. It's notification, it's bells can be bells and whistles, they can be fancy. Like, there's a lot of cool things about bells, including me. All right, anyway. Now, we're going to just show a plain pencil. This is not very extraordinary, except this is when apparently somebody came up with a different. Oh, and now, see, it's later because we now have a 7-digit phone number. 7-digit phone number. Carl Bell Meat Company on 13th, East 13th Street. I actually heard recently that there's an East Side, West Side thing in Wichita, and it's like intense. It's like some of the family are East Siders and some are West Siders, and I was like, okay. I mean, I know about East Side, West Side stuff, but okay, Kansans. Now, you might not be ready for this. Our steaks are often buttered, never bettered. People, I was like, did they butter? No, people buy them and butter them in the preparation of the steak, but you can't batter them. Can't batter them. Yeah. We'll do this first, because I just think this is great. This I respect. Now, there's not going to be any metric units. But this is a fantastic thin, it's metal. Like a thin metal Carl Bell Meat Company. It has, get it, bells. It has the address. It has both inches and inches. And it says, our steaks are often buttered, never bettered. This is good swag. Where's a swag like this now? Where do I go and get this? Because, with metric, but it's 2023, almost 2024, apparently. The future is here. Okay. Carl Bell was here to help you with practical matters as well. This is a lot. There is a fisherman's guide. It has a checklist of all the things you need to bring in case you forget. I have checklists of checklists. I get this. I'm with this. I don't fish, but if I were going a place that, especially off to a river to do something that didn't kill things, I'd want a checklist. I was bird watching and I don't have binoculars. That'd be terrible. And I forget things. I have, Okay, so it gives it. I like this. It starts, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but it says the contents of this guide are based on years of scientific research of the spawning habits of most popular types of fish. Who did that? I mean, not a bell. This was, I'm not sure. I don't want to mispronounce it, but there's like a printed sign name of somebody. We can look into that later if you're curious. Then there is a knot tying guide, including these are kind of the blood dropper knot. Then the barrel knot, which you can also call the blood knot. Somebody's got, I'm not sure about this side. Okay. Then there's the nail knot, the square knot, the improved clinch, the loop, and the line to reel arbor. Okay. So you can learn all those here. There's instructions. I'm not gonna teach you the knots today. There's popular hook sizes. There's an entire dial of how to catch the fish you want to catch. I looked what it was set to, and it's, okay, I cheated. It was actually set to black crappie, and I was like, what's the next one? Okay, white crappie. We'll do that. So like, and also if you want to see what fish feel like when you catch them, these little people with this that are catching like 100,000 foot fish, they don't like it. Okay, so here's what it says. If you want to catch a white crappie, be on the lookout for soft, muddy bottom. These fish spawn in the spring. Okay. Look for the spawning nest in gravel near brush. Nests will be in 2 to 8 feet of water. When temperature reaches 64 to 68 degrees, these fish will spawn. These fish prefer 72-degree water temperature. Well, that's warmer than I prefer it. It's actually literally, I know we talked about the climate change on the About Town last night. It's actually at least 72 right now out here, which is nice for today, but planet-wise, not ideal. But right now, I feel so nice, actually. Okay. The record. Okay. So 5 pounds, 3 ounces is at the time of printing, unless you go out and the 5 pound, 3 ounce fish was the biggest white crappie that they knew of. And then of course we have our branding, which is Carl Bell Meat Company. Got our address. This is the 5-digit phone number again. And our steaks are often buttered, never bettered. This is, again, this is handy if you're into it. All right, we got 2 more things, and they just get better. Also, we have our motto. Let's start with the motto, because we know our steaks are often buttered, never bettered. Shouldn't there be a but? No, I'm an editor, I should know better. Our steaks are often buttered. No, I would say but. I would say our steaks are often bettered, but wait. This is what I do. I would say our steaks are often buttered, but never bettered. I put the but right in there. Put your butt right where your butter is. But they say our steaks are often buttered. Oh, it's like, it's not even an N or an M dash. It's actually 2 tiny little hyphens. You know how I feel about that. Oh, Carl Bell. If you were alive today, I would teach you about the M dash. And we would connect. Of all the things that we wouldn't connect on, we would connect about M dashes. You would like them. But wait for it. Ready? It's a pen. Yes, yes. I don't know the age of these things. You're going to have to surmise them from the 5-digit phone numbers and the matches and all these things. But, I mean, I guess we know the age of the bicentennial bell. I do know that one. Okay. We're about to have a real special moment on this one-time television event. This is a gift wrapped. Look at that. Look at the age of this tape. Lovingly, nicely, I mean, the person that wrapped this, even they don't fold over. Oh, it is folded over, but it's folded over so flat. Oh, this is. I actually, try to wrap presents decently, because you know how there's the way and then there's the way. This is a person who took care to wrap these. Care was taken. I do notice a little bit progressive out there. It says clearly this is a season's greetings wrapping. Yep, they didn't say Merry Christmas there. Bells, don't get at me. I'm just having fun with this. This is delightful. They probably did as well. I'm not doubting you. Okay, but anyway, so my mother-in-law, Nancy Bell, neither of us are biologically related to these bells. It's not like I'm saying that, like, 2 of my kids are, but anyway, don't read into it. Just saying. I agree that she was like, you can't, this is not going to do anyone any good. This old paper falling apart, take a picture of it, and then move on with your life. So I think it's time to open the present. Is it time to open the present? It is time to open the present. Now, I have been told what I believe is in here, but let's just find out together and be sure, because I haven't opened it yet. So this is the tape. Oh, the tape is just, it's not even like coming off. It's just sort of separating. Oh, okay. Which means the paper is coming off. Yeah, the tape, you just touch it basically, and it just give it a little, and that's the actual tape, and the paper is stained with where the tape has been on this Season's Greetings paper. So let's see if we can, oh, it's stuck a little here. Try not to tear it, but this tape got a little serious on this side. I hope you're enjoying the anticipation of this moment. Oh, come on, don't fight me. Don't make me butter you. Don't make me better you. Okay. Okay. Yep, this is great so far. First of all, this I'll have to put away somewhere. We have the full wrapping, which not only did this person wrap it, clean lines, the exact right cutout, careful taping and such, this person went through the wrapping paper and clearly centered the design on every package. So you don't get a package that says like Gree, and you're like Greedo, Greed. No, you get the holiday bells. There they are, the bells. I actually really love holly. I've been trying to grow holly for years, and I keep not being able to do it. And I know there's sexes of holly. Look at it, that's true. I'm not being weird. Holly has sexes, but one of these years I'm gonna get some holly bushes. But here's what I was delighted by. And there's a box. Shiny black on the bottom. Striped, candy cane striped for your holiday delight, for your seasonal greetings, and other holidays. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, I don't want to mess it up. There's instructions, and there's a guarantee. What if I have a problem with it? Do I call them up? It says, I want to make sure this paper doesn't go away, so I'm going to put this box and this fork pen on it. Okay. And I'm going to take this stuff in and preserve it, because it's actually really cool. This lighter is unconditionally guaranteed. It's a lighter. You know where we're going with that, I think. Against mechanical failure. Unconditionally guaranteed. Yes, that's what we do. If defective, return to the address below, enclosing 25 cents in stamps or coin. That's thoughtful. To cover handling and mailing costs. It will be repaired or replaced without cost. Unconditionally. This sounds like it could be, a thing. This guarantee does not cover physical damage. Okay, there you go. Or the exterior finish. No. So it's like, your phone. They're gonna be like, oh, sorry, the sensor says okay. Important. Ensure package against loss and put your name and address inside the package. So this is from R.D. Price Associates. These are nice, in Springfield, Massachusetts. And there's instructions on how you may use a lighter. We don't need to read those because they actually look pretty normal. I mean, I don't know if they come with instructions. So the box, I'm gonna show it real quick, just so you can see how nice and orangey red it is. It's got a custom sized cutout that I'm gonna try to not mess up. How do we remove this? Oh my goodness. Okay, we got it. This is the text on this is so delightful and so unexpected. First of all, it's a nice little lighter. I like this. I like that it doesn't just advertise the market. It tells you that they bought it for you. That's a specific message. Compliments of the bells. Compliments of the bells. So you're gonna carry this around, and be like, where'd you get that lighter? You know, you can't just be like, oh, I'm a big fan of the Bell's meat market. You're like, Carl Bell bought it for me. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, this is great. So I'm not gonna, you know, fill it up now, but I might consider it. I'll have to think about that. If this is, you know, so it's a beautiful little lighter. It's unconditionally guaranteed against failure unless they decide it's physical or cosmetic. They're not here for your nonsense. Okay, on the bottom it's stamped. This is cool. Exclusive ADV, which I'm guessing is advertising. It's made in Japan. At the time, that's interesting. Advertising Associates, Springfield 3, Mass. Springfield 3? I don't know what that means. Someone will have to tell me. So it's compliments of the Bells, and it's got this cool stamped. It's made in Japan. I always respect and appreciate Japanese workmanship, which is pretty nice. And I like the size. You know, I've seen Zippos are usually like a little bigger. So I am going to, for now, put this back in here. Compliments of the Bells. Mm-hmm. Whenever you give someone a gift, make sure you write that it was a gift. Engraved and etched on the gift. Got this. We got the wrapping paper, which I'm going to very carefully probably put away in a archival sense. And I'm trying to decide if I should tell you a story. I am going to tell you a story. This is one of my favorite stories. And yeah, let's go for it. So, all right. So the problem is I've been going for over 20 minutes. So I was like, maybe I should cut this out. Maybe I shouldn't do the story. But then there'll be like a break and I'll sign off and you'll be, it wasn't one take. You edited. We don't edit. It's too late. I've committed to the story. So when Carl Bell's son, Carl Bell Jr., who was very lovely to me, I only knew him for a few years before he passed away, but he was very lovely to me and immediately treated me as his granddaughter and somebody that he was very, I think it's fair to say that he liked me for me. And that's a rare thing in my life, so I really respect that. Anyway, he was also the mayor of Wichita. He was known to be, this is Junior now, he was known to be a leader in civil rights in Wichita. His name was published in various books about pushing for queer rights and for, you know, it's more complicated than this phrase, but things like racial integration before they were widely accepted in the area. I like that. He's a progressive guy. I respect that. You know, there's for the times and there's like fake for the times. I think this was progressive for the times in a legitimate sense. But either way, you know. So he had an 80th birthday party at this, I'm not gonna say the name because I don't get that far. We'll just say an establishment in Wichita that felt very old school. And somebody was speaking at the dinner. And remember, we're talking about like the former mayor. And this person seemed to be a person of wealth. And the person of wealth said, Carl Bell is an institution in Wichita. And I'm, you know, a little accent, you'll get over it. It was an institution. And my mother-in-law, it was my mom B, who I'm very close to, but had some scotch and kind of like her son thought she was quieter maybe than she was and went, mafia. And I swear to you, Chris and I both heard this. The guy like looked over and was like, all I could think of was his head. He's like, I like that one. Spunk. That's a bell. That's got to be a bell over there. Knows a. Anyway, that's a Carl Bell Jr. story. I don't really have any stories about the meat market, but I feel like I should now because this stuff is all just amazing, and I'm going to take very good care of it, and I'm going to treasure it, and maybe I'll follow those interesting instructions and see if I can with the lead and the pencil. And I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that this was fun. It was definitely fun for me, and thank you, Chris. Thank you. I don't remember the name. Thank you. I can put it in the comments. Thank you, Tom's cousin, for bringing this stuff. It's awesome. And it means a lot to me, and it's going to mean a lot to our family and to our kids. I'll make sure it gets taken really good care of. And it was a lot of fun. And about at 25 minutes. So I think that thank you for joining me for a full 25 minutes or skipping through whatever you did. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You know, in life, People can butter you. Remember that. People may butter you, but baby, never. They'll never better you. Catch you later.